Ahoy, mateys! What be a pirate's favorite letter? Arr, ye think that, but it be the sea. Well, the English colonial period in North America was between 1607 and 1757. And in between that, nestled in there, is the golden age of piracy, which lasted from 1650s to 1725. Now, several wars, primarily between Great Britain and France, may have contributed to this piracy. King William's War, 1688, 1797, Queen Anne's War, 1702 to 1713, and lastly with King George's War, which ended in 1748. But besides war, were there other factors? That's what we're going to look at. The first document was printed in 1691 and deals with justifying a revolution in New England in 1689. The second document, we're going to look at the embargo of goods imported to the colonies in 1710. And our third document shows several people were brought to trial for piracy in 1726. And then our last document deals with the issuing of new shipping passes in 1729, probably in relation to the number of piracy and acts of piracy that were taking place in the colonies. And these acts of piracy, this golden age of piracy, wasn't just limited to North America. This was in Africa, the coast of Africa. This was Asia, the Caribbean, and so on. But the object of this lesson, through these documents and other research that students are expected to create a PowerPoint with 10 slides of images and sources. And they're expected to also analyze how the act of piracy in the colonies may have grown. So they're going to have to look, besides these 4 documents, they're going to have to research some more on their own. Students will need to explain the attempt of Great Britain to control the colonies, and we can see this again from some of these documents. And then describe the patterns and continuity and change over the time period of these documents, starting with the first one in 1691 and the last one in 1729. And then students should identify people and events that were of significant importance from 1689 to 1725. The hope here is students will, by choosing the golden age of piracy during this colonial period, that students will get excited, and by looking up some people like Edward Teach or Blackbeard and things like that to gain a greater depth of knowledge of that time period. And then by showing them and giving them these 4 documents, they'll take these and research even further and more to create their own lesson to share with other students in class. This is what I envision for a History 221 class that potentially could do. And have fun too. Enjoy it, get involved, and she on the seas, matey.